Hi, hello. Welcome to an episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is July 5th, 2023. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good, feeling overall well. I will say it is very hot, very sweaty, and if you're familiar with the working conditions that I work and live in, podcasting wise, you know this is shirt off season. This is sweaty season. But we're used to it. It just comes with the living. That being said, too, another annoying thing that happened to me today was I came home, did my little workouts, yada yada, and I go to sit down, start doing my research and stuff like that, and my internet's out, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, fine, reset it. We're waiting, and it's like, what's going on? Seems like a problem, and the next thing I know, I see there's an outage. So at first the outage was like, okay, till 7:30, all right, whatever, it's fine, and I want to take a quick nap. Wake up, still not back on. They tell me, oh, it's gonna be 9:30. Luckily, it comes on like around 9, so it's like, okay, cool. We're able to get to work. But I went ahead and made some pasta while I waited, killed some time. Just kind of decided to eat beforehand instead, so that's fine. But yeah, overall today's been good. A couple of logistical hurdles, but overall we're fine. Also, due to boredom, I already drank, so this is just gonna be a light up post fireworks show. All right. Ooh, let me get some water. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. From Washington 4, or for Washington, I guess that's probably how they want it said. Shook my living room. Explosives, Molotov cocktail, damaged DC businesses. This is gonna be like a really heavy DC episode, kind of just bundled up that way for today. But a bank, a Nike store, and a supermarket were damaged by explosive devices and a Molotov cocktail Sunday morning in Northeast Washington, D.C. And police say they're still looking for suspects in the attack. Federal authorities and DC police are offering $20,000 in reward money for information in the case. They're looking for a person and a car that were caught on surveillance cameras. So that's crazy that someone was this brazen. But yeah, the first explosion took place at Trucet Bank ATM. And then, let's see, 6 minutes later, another explosive device went off on the sidewalk in front of the doors of a Nike store. And then someone threw a Molotov cocktail style object at a Safeway. So that's very active in such a short amount of time. I'm kind of thinking that maybe it's the same person and they were just driving around. But yeah, they have the person's like car on surveillance, and they do have like the actual person, but they're wearing like a hoodie, and they're pretty covered up, so it's hard to tell who they are. But yeah, I imagine that cops are gonna be on the case for this one because that's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Is there anything else that we wanted to pull from here? No, we're good. Let's go ahead and move on to the other story. From the Associated Press, 9 people, including 2 kids, are shot and wounded in nation's capital as violence mars July 4th. This took place early Wednesday morning around 1 a.m. There was mass shooting in the neighborhood. Let's see. In our neighborhood, about a 20-minute drive east of the White House, found a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old among the victims. The victims who were not publicly identified were hospitalized with injuries that were considered life-threatening. So that's good. But gunshots were fired from a dark SUV seen driving through the Deanwood neighborhood. Let's see here. Also, there was something that took place in Florida that they have in this article. In Florida, a 7-year-old child was killed in a shooting during an altercation between two groups gathered for July 4th celebrations along a causeway that crosses Tampa Bay. A man was also hit with gunfire, but was expected to survive. The child was pronounced dead at the hospital. So, more than I can keep up with in terms of these shootings, but I do try to cover as many as I can. In some spicier DC news, though, let's go to the Hill. Powder that prompted brief evacuation at White House found to be cocaine. Now, you guys and gals and bees, you guys know I love a good cocaine story. You know, I just can't help myself. And when I heard that there was white at the White House, oh shit. So let's see. A preliminary field test of a suspicious white powder found at the White House late Sunday came back positive for cocaine. The discovery of the powder in a work area caused a brief evacuation of the White House Sunday night, followed by a visit from the Washington Fire Department, the Secret Service said. So, I mean, this is one of those stories where I initially heard it. And I was like, okay, so white powder. Cocaine? No. All right, let's like do the settings. Maybe this was like an anthrax thing. Let's not, get carried away. But sure enough, no, it was fucking cocaine. And I had to laugh because, of course, I knew exactly where like tabloids and like, rumors and shit was going to go on the internet. Of course, it's like Hunter Biden's. Of course, he like wound up leaving some cocaine at the White House. It's got to be his. There was even like a running joke at work where people were like, "Oh, maybe it's Joe's." It's like, come on, man. You know that he would explode if he even like touched cocaine. Like, come on. Plus, Joe Biden was out of the White House. He was at Camp David, I believe, for like 4th of July shit. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's also said that this is a trafficked area. So I kind of doubt that this is anything actually linked to good old Hunter. But Lord knows it wouldn't surprise me if it was. And that being said, it's so fucking funny to, make the joke. like that's okay with me. I'm going to make it. Let's see here. We got one more thing to cover. And, this is kind of a potential dream realized for me. Not quite, but this is like getting on the road, so to speak, pun intended. I'll get to it. But, let me take this break and then I'll be right back with y'all. All right. A flying car prototype just got an airworthiness certificate from the FAA. The Federal Aviation Administration has certified for testing a vehicle that a California startup describes as a flying car, the first fully electric vehicle that can both fly and travel on roads to receive U.S. government approval. The Aleph Automotive said that its vehicle aircraft, dubbed the Model A, is the first flying vehicle that is drivable on public roads and able to park like a normal car. It also has a vertical takeoff and landing capabilities. It apparently will be able to carry 1 or 2 occupants and will have a road range of 200 miles and a flying range of 110 miles. Now, granted, this is expected to be selling at $300,000 each. The first delivery is projected by the end of 2025. They are taking pre-orders, if there's any wealthy little whales out there. I think it's like 150 for a refundable queue entry, and then a priority queue entry is like 1500. Now, let me get into some more of the specs here that I know. Yes, this car is able to drive on the road and also fly. That's something to me that is very fucking cool. This is almost as good. Like, this is close to the hover car of my dreams. Not exactly how I pictured it at all. To be honest, I kind of think the car looks a bit ugly. It looks like a car out of Cyberpunk. And let's be honest, those cars were flying, but they did not look cute. If you've seen the game, played the game, whatever. Uh, it's very boxy looking. It's got like these doors that I believe. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not too sure on how the car flies. I heard someone explain it on the BBC production, and I was like, I don't believe this. Come on now, this doesn't feel safe at all. They're like, it essentially is like if you're on the driver's side, you're on one wing. If you're on the other side, there's another wing, and like you're just able to fly. Now, some of the drawbacks I feel like are in the driving part. This was like the biggest turnoff for me, was that you can only drive about like 25 miles an hour. So that's not really roadworthy. Like, sure, okay, this is like certified to the extent that they're gonna like be able to do demos, test more, yada yada yada. But this still isn't exactly my dream realized. Also, doing my research, I've kind of realized, because some of these articles I've kind of dodged because I don't care too much about them, but like the whole idea of like streamlining helicopters or just the flight experience, and you're able to have these situations like, let's say in Dubai, you can fly around and like essentially have like an air Uber, and that's cute and all, but you're paying a lot of money for a new wave helicopter. And once again, long listeners know I'm not a big fan of helicopters. I'm not trying to put my life in a helicopter's hands, let alone a more aerodynamic, lighter, cooler version. Like, I'm okay. I need a safer version of a helicopter before I get into that. So at the end of the day, I don't see myself in one, ever taking a test drive. But I do think this is cool. Maybe, when I'm in a nursing home one day, I'll see a CNN article about, a flying car and be like, all right, we're finally getting somewhere. That's my dream. That's one of my dreams, at least. I don't know. All right, that's all I got for today. Wow, it's a super short episode, but I kind of like that. Let's see here. Shill Mode. Patreon.com. So there's a news. If you'd like to help support the effort, you get newsy status. I say your name on the podcast once a month. Shout out any projects thing you're doing. Also, feel free to hit me up with news. I have a Discord if you'd like to get added onto that. Let's see, isaiahnews1@gmail.com. That's a free way to hit me up. Also, feel free to follow me on all the socials. The Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. I'm on YouTube. You can follow me or the podcast, what have you. Yeah, please do that. Also hit the like button. Yeah, do that, and comment and all the stars. Sweet. I think I covered enough of this. We can exit the shill corner. All right. And yeah, hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.